Last December, when the Pentagon's UFO program went public, I, like most people, was taken off guard. I wasn't surprised that the government had been researching UFOs. I was only surprised that they came out and said they were. One of the most mysterious parts of all of this, other than the lack of attention the average person paid to the story, were the revelations that the government had in their possession alien alloys or metamaterials. At the time, many people speculated about what they had discovered, but yesterday, 8 News Now, a CBS affiliate in Las Vegas, ran this story.
To identify and perhaps replicate unidentified mystery material that's been collected in multiple sites around the world.
A few of the samples have defied analysis by leading scientists who say they don't know how the material was engineered or why or by whom. Now, some of this metamaterial was allegedly collected in connection with UFO incidents, which gives the whole endeavor another worldly glow. The I-Team's George Knapp has the story and the Las Vegas connection.
The whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
For years, the Pentagon secretly studied the seemingly impossible abilities of unknown craft captured in these military videos. Scientists now want to know if the materials used in these mystery aircraft allow them to do what they do. For years, one of the secret studies was carried out by Bass, a Las Vegas operation hidden within Bigelow Aerospace. Documents first reported by the I-Team show that Bass landed a contract with the DIA, and one of the objectives was to study so-called metamaterials, as well as futuristic technologies.
It was a multi-layered bismuth and magnesium sample. Bismuth layers less than a human hair. Magnesium samples about 10 times the size of a human hair. Supposedly picked up in the crash retrieval of an advanced aerospace vehicle. Looks like it's been in a crash.
In Las Vegas back in June, physicist Hal Puthoff came pretty close to saying that this weird wedge of metamaterial came from a crashed saucer, but he can't know for sure.
According to this segment, these metamaterials have been recovered all over the world during UFO incidents. Also, nobody knows how or why these materials were made. Let me say that again. Materials that were retrieved from UFO incidences can't be explained by scientists. Really quick, take a look at this and read what it says. Right there. Late 1940s. Never mind that this was said to come from a crashed UFO, or it was collected by the U.S. Army. The fact that something was discovered in 1940 and still can't be explained today should get your attention. If you think these objects are from Earth, who in 1940 was making something like this?
Puthoff and his colleague Dr. Eric Davis are on the cutting edge of attempts to identify an assortment of bits and pieces that are seemingly beyond anything we can create. This one sample is engineered in layers thinner than microns through a process unknown on Earth and for a purpose we can only guess.
Nowhere could we find any evidence that anybody ever made one of these. When we talked to people who in the materials field who should know, they said, we don't know why anybody would want to make anything like this.
Astrophysicist Dr. Jacques Vallée has been analyzing mystery metals since the 80s, often using the technical expertise of Stanford University and Silicon Valley to unravel unknown samples acquired from all over the world. Vallée pointedly steers clear of any military funding, and he shared his findings at public conferences.
We have multiple samples now from multiple sources, ranging a wide variety of integrity.
These days, former intelligence officer Lou Elizondo helps to collect and protect unknown chunks for the To the Stars Academy. Before that, he ran ATIP, the Pentagon's secret UFO study, the same one which released the now famous videos. This summer, To the Stars launched ATOM, its own effort to find and study pieces of material that may have been stashed away for decades after being retrieved from the sites of close encounters. Elizondo says there are legitimate reasons why the military and now private groups are in a race to figure out these materials.
What our internal efforts are to potentially, I'm not saying we're doing this, maybe replicate that technology or to reverse engineer that technology, right? Now you're getting into some sensitivities that you don't necessarily want everybody to be privy to.
George Knapp, 8 News Now.
Now this sample talked about is very impressive, but we may be seeing more such objects in the future. Lou Elizondo of To the Stars Academy has indicated that the group has multiple samples from multiple sources, consisting of a wide range of variety and integrity, and the organization aims to collect additional materials by way of a new program they launched earlier this year. While they might not have the toilet seat from a flying saucer, which skeptics often insist on when asking for evidence of this kind, UFO enthusiasts are hopeful that the efforts will result in something powerful enough to persuade the mainstream public that the phenomenon is worth serious examination. But I'm not so sure. It will probably take more than that. This man is Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like Mr. Tyson, but keep in mind, he's like Dana White. Dana White is a great promoter, but he doesn't actually get paid for throwing any punches. People have to understand this. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a job. He's not in a lab doing experiments. He's not conducting research of any kind. He's not putting forth theories and papers for peer review. He's simply a promoter of science. His job is to go on TV, promote his newest book, and toe the line for science. I'm not saying that Mr. Tyson doesn't believe what he's saying, but trust me, if 90% of scientists thought aliens were visiting Earth, then he would be on TV making that argument.
Well, so people, I think, have conflated the concept of a UFO with whether we're visited by aliens. UFO means unidentified, flying object. Okay? This is a highly non-specific term.
Yeah.
It is so non-specific, it admits you don't know what you're looking at.
But what's driving that thing if not a space alien?
It's unidentified.
Okay.
So
that's not good enough.
Well, so the universe brims with mysteries. And so just because you don't know what it is you're looking at doesn't mean it's intelligent aliens visiting from another planet.
Yes.
You just said you don't know what you're looking at. So it's not, you cannot, as a next sentence, say, therefore it must be anything.
Yes, but you know what we're looking at. You stare at the cosmos for a living.
I'm not authorized to go beyond this part.
Also, Mr. Tyson is right. Just because something is unidentifiable, flying, and an object doesn't mean it's aliens. But, like this lady asked, if not aliens, what is it? I agree with her 100%. According to Mr. Tyson, if you see an object flying in the sky and don't know what it is, oh well, we can't explain everything.
I would hope there's a program of our Defense Department to make sure they do not pose a threat. And sure enough, that's what that program was.
But it just buzzed away. They didn't know what it was.
Of course.
We still don't know. It's a mystery.
We still don't know.
But hold on.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay, that's where we differ. You're cool with letting that,
Scientists live in mystery every day of our lives. There is the circle of knowledge that we have, and then there's beyond that circle is the unknown.
I understand.
So people are uncomfortable not knowing, not the scientist. I'm fine. We don't know what it is. Keep checking it out. I'm glad the Pentagon was looking at this, because if it posed a threat, I want them on top of it right away. And otherwise, and the program is closed down, and it said, okay, not a threat.
It's like coming home and finding a strange man in your house going through your things. Oh well, don't know who that is, no reason to worry about it. The military is witnessing UFOs, and they have no idea where they're coming from. They didn't come to a conclusion on what these UFOs were in these videos, and they supposedly stopped the project. Really? All the billions upon billions of money you spend every year to protect American citizens, and you're going to just leave this big question mark out there? Now, I don't believe the government ever stopped investigating UFOs. I think they've been actively investigating UFOs since the 1940s, and are still doing so today. But for those of you who watch this and don't believe in UFOs, or think the government is no longer investigating them, you need to be rioting in the streets. The Pentagon is getting billions of your tax dollars every year, and they're just kind of giving up on finding an answer. Well, Neil, what about metamaterials discovered at UFO sightings or crashes that no material scientist can explain? Would that be enough for you? Or are you and many other scientists so close-minded to the idea that even seeing an alien in person wouldn't be enough for you?
And then and everybody's got a high-definition video camera on them now. We have video footage of rare things that you knew happened, but no one saw it happen, like buses tumbling in tornadoes. Yeah. In the day, you didn't say, "Oh, that bus is about to tumble. Let me go back and get my video camera to film this." No, you got your tail out of there. Everybody's got a video camera. I'm just waiting for images of people visiting, having .t with aliens on the spacecraft. Visiting, having .t, visiting, having .t.
Now, he was stuttering like hell here, but what I think he was trying to say is if aliens were visiting Earth, there should be pictures or videos of them. This should just go to show you how little this man, who is so quick to ridicule the subject, has researched it. This isn't what science should be. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, there's no reason to be normal when you can be paranormal. Take care.